man, I was in that county jail. I sat in that county jail for a whole year. A lot of people, you know, got ghosts on me during this 4-year stint, man. You know, Ken came down there and subjected himself to searches and the way they discriminate against us and the way they treat us down there in that system to come down there and see me while I was in that system. Yeah. And he did everything he could do to come down there to the penal system to see me, but the system was so corrupt and so caught up till there was no way to get him in there.
Shit, man, when I was in the pen, Ken was the only that held me down because he wasn't the Pimp C that y'all know. Von B kicked it off, and Jay Prince, hey man, free Pimp C. You know, then all Mike Jones and all started, Paul Wall started.
How you end up being the only one holding him down though? They had a whole campaign, didn't they?
You know what I'm talking about? All you new generation with all that wishy-washy stuff, not solid, man. Stay over here, man. We messing with classic Cokes over here, man. Straight up. You got classic Cokes and new generation over here, Pepsis, man. Which one are you, man?
But Lou,
do they respect the rappers that play Pimp?
Lou, that's my fault again.
I give a hand to my man Pimpin Ken. It's my brother right here, man. We finna do the movie to the book. Pimp out to get a $48 a can. What I'm talking about, we ain't finna shoot none of those DVD ain't movies. We gonna shoot real motherfuckers everybody.
What kind of dude was Pimp C, man?
Well, Pimp C, man, was a real dude, man. You know, he was very emotional. He said what's on his mind. I remember a funny thing, man. No,
emotional ain't good to say, bro.
I mean, you know, when
for the game, is it?
What, not emotional. What they call us, impulsive.
What up, Pimp C? Talk to me, homeboy. What's going on with this stuff in the Ozone magazine, man? A-Town's kind of furious.
Tell me how you took it. I'm gonna tell you what I meant.
Okay, let me tell you what the A-Town's saying. The A-Town's basically saying, you know, why they think you dissing Atlanta. Talking about Atlanta's not the South.
Okay, well, first of all, listen to this. I used to live in Atlanta from 96 till 2001. Okay?
Alright.
That's the first thing. The second thing is this. When I get off the airplane in Atlanta, what time is it?
It's whatever time it is out here, homie.
It's Eastern Standard Time.
No,
did you make any money with this
with Pimp C?
Within that is
man, I've been on 60 million records. I get published.
We done saw TLC sell.
No, but
I'm just saying,
I own my own publishing.
Did you make some paper with this?
Now niggas wanna loon me to death. Salute, Loon.
Yeah, exactly.
It's my man, Loon.
That's my man too.
Both loons. Old loon, new loon, both loons.
Okay.
Yeah,
All ops must know it's up there and it's stuck there, nigga.
When it's up there, man, it's stuck there.
Shut up.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the fantasy sports platform that's changing the game for people like us. With Prize Picks, you can test your knowledge with picking over and under for your favorite player stats across a wide variety of sports. Think football, baseball, basketball, and beyond. So why wait? Jump into Prize Picks right now and bring more excitement to game day. Whether you're cheering from the stands or the couch, Prize Picks adds that extra layer of fun for sports excitement. Again, my slogan, why would you put something on the game when you could put something on the name? Let's get into those picks and start winning with Prize Picks today. IUTP code. Let's get back to the show. Yo, welcome to It's Up There podcast. I am your active and attractive host for another episode of the fastest growing podcast on the market right now. You know the vibes is high. Number one, this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the number one sports betting app in North America. It's where you can turn $10 into $1,000. If you support It's Up There podcast, you head to prizepicks.com, use my code IUTP, and you get yourself in the game. We'll send you something. We'll match whatever you put in. You start to get you some money on, you dig? So y'all tap in with me, man. If you support the show, Prize Picks, I want to salute and shout out to them. Also, patreon.com, It's Up There podcast. For those of you that's already there, you know this is for y'all. Salute to y'all. It's always love with y'all. Today we got somebody, man, that I was looking forward to speaking with. I had the days mixed up, but we got the job done. We got Pimpin Ken. What's going on, bro?
Hey, man, ain't nothing up but airplane and white bitch.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. How you feeling?
With my hands and my toes. You know, every now and then, you know, might catch somebody for some hoes.
Yes, Lord.
Just fucking with you, man. I'm out the game, man. I'm out the game.
You out the game?
Hey, man, just like, you know, Michael Jordan, Kobe, you know, my man Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, you know, they was in the NBA. I was in the NPA, the National Pimp Association. You did?
Right.
Yeah.
But you retired, is that what you're saying?
I retired at the 2-3 of the P, Michael Jordan.
Okay. How long you been retired?
Man, it had to be since the mother showed that movie, Really, Really Pimpin' and Solving. They put my movie Pimpology in court. That was around...
They put it in court?
Yeah.
On you?
Sir Charles and Scooby and Atlanta Red got caught up. They had a movie called Really, Really Pimpin' the South. And they put my movie in the court, and they said, this is another movie that was influencing young the pimp. I said, okay, if that's the case, then well, I'm out of here like last year. So I backed up like the OJs and spit up out that like the barcade, man. You know?
Damn. So, okay, but they didn't have you in court.
Oh, hell
Had they
no.
ever f***ed you on some white slavery kind of
man. Pimp like light, man, you know what I'm saying, to beat the indictment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, I was smashing, you know, for my ration with no passion, man.
Yes.
You know, like I said, man, you know, I'm like the gingerbread man, catch me if you can. You
Yes,
dig
Lord.
what I'm saying?
Yes, Lord. I just be wondering, because you been at the top of this game for a while.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen niggas with lower status than you get caught up in things, you know what I'm saying? So
it's called Miss Pimpin'.
Yeah, you gotta be slick.
Yeah, Miss Pimpin' ain't no pimpin' at all. See, pimpin' is a non-contact sport. A lot of these niggas, man, they run out of game, they put their hands on them, man, and that's what get them caught up. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, one thing you got to do, you got to understand that the game is a mind game. So it's a game of psychology. You know, you got to play a mind game. You know, you can't never control a brow unless you control her head. You know what I'm saying? If you control the head, you control the bread. So a lot of dudes, you know, they try to control the body. They try to be cocksmen. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, they let their little head outsmart their big head, and then they end up caught up.
Yeah. You think gorilla pimping get a f***ed up, huh?
Yeah, man, we don't f*** with McGillas and gorillas. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, we run off the track.
Yeah.
We gonna knock them for all bitches, man. Hey, she putting hands on you. Don't put plans on you. You
Yes,
know what I'm talking about?
Yes, Lord.
Yes.
What was the prime years of your run?
Well, in 96, 97, 98, I won Pimp of the Year, International Pimp of the Year, Local Pimp of the Year. I won every trophy it was. So at that time, Lou, I'm about the black and white mink to the game. I brought the big crown rings and, you know, young niggas having money, you know, $100,000 bust downs from Jacob before you knew who Jacob was. Shopping with, what's that, Tito down the street on 7th Avenue in New York. I was with Jacob, you know what I'm saying, when he was a kid. You know, I think his family first put him in the business. So, you know, he was just seeing that, you know, and I always had the baddest, you know what I'm saying? So that's what made me Pimpin Ken. But I didn't know that I was Pimpin Ken. I didn't know that I was a cold in the game. You know, I was just living it. You know what I'm saying? Because my daddy was in the game. My daddy was a hustler and a pimp. My uncles were hustlers and pimps. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up and I just was doing what I thought that was naturally in me. I don't even feel like, you know, I said, I'm gonna be a pimp and all that. I didn't feel like that. You know what I mean? It was just like, you know, once I got in the game, I just said, what's the rules? You know what I'm saying? And you can't win a game unless you know the rules. So I knew the rules of the game, and that's why I know, man, you know, you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. You know, you couldn't be riding around with the you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you can't, you know, get mad if you take your bitch, you know what I'm saying? If you take your bitch, you know what I'm saying? You got to, you know, take accept the servant. And I learned those rules at a young age, and I learned the most important rule that you got to go to the doctor, have a triple bypass, but you got to have all the symptoms removed out your heart. So, you know what I'm saying? You can't pimp if you're in your feelings. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people like the way the pussy feel. Pimpin Ken like the way the pussy pay the bill. So that's when I was at my prime. At that mindset, just having that, you know, like, I don't give a f***. And then, you know, I always tell this story. I said, you know, my disdain for women come from me being molested by my babysitter when I was street. The lady.
There you go right there.
Yeah, she raped me. Then my mama left me for dead in prison for 5 years. So I had a disdain for her too. So, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, I told Charlemagne, you know, I think I was, what you call that? I was suffering from mental illness, you know, because I couldn't wrap myself. I had no feelings. I couldn't wrap myself around a woman. I didn't fall in love until my daughter was born. That's when I first experienced real love, my first daughter. I was 30 years old. You know what I'm saying? I would even, man, a bra had to literally put a hole in the condom to get, to get my semen. I didn't even want to have no kids, nothing. I was just that
But
cool.
you had one at 30.
Yeah, because that was after being in the game as a young dude, just mashing and crashing and steady asking. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not even, even thinking about it, just giving them direction to hit the next intersection, keep them on the chase for a big face. That was my mentality. I wasn't thinking about hey man, I love this bra, because my OG, Pimpin Pope, may rest in peace, he gave me that game when we was in the cell in the penitentiary in Green Bay Reformatory School. So, I was young and he, I was asking him why he was in prison. He told me why he was in prison. I said, man, I'm missing something, man. He said, I read the Iceberg Slim books. I read the Donald Goins book. I'm missing something. He said, you can't have no sympathy for a bitch. He said, ain't no difference between an in-pocket bitch or out-of-pocket bitch, a pretty bitch or ugly bitch. He said, you pimp the same on all of them. And once I learned that was the missing ingredient. All that other stuff, that was theatrics. You know what I'm saying? Just theater.
Yeah. You ever have a girlfriend working for you?
Well, my first encounter with the pimping, I was 16. My partner JD, John Devine from the east side of Milwaukee, he was one of the power heads and dude I grew up hustling with. He gave me a broad named Dirty Red. And you know what I'm saying? That's really like my first real girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody else after that was like that, I like and I fall what I thought was in love with them and they'd break my heart. The chick that I liked the most, beautiful dark-skinned sister, man. I was about 12 years old. I walked in and seen her in the bed with a 30-year-old man. He busting her down. You understand me? I'm like, woo, you know what I'm saying? I walked out the house. It was her house. You know what I'm saying? Her mama was gone.
You couldn't have just walked out like that. Something happened.
Well,
something had to happen.
Yeah, man, my heart got broken. You know what I'm saying?
But you ain't addressed it or nothing?
Well, no, because I was scared of the dude. He was bigger than me. He was a grown man. I'm like, I can't beat this grown man up. It was nothing I could do. I was fearful. I was heartbroken. I was like, man. And I think that's another reason why, I was such a great pimp. You know what I'm saying? Because I never got rid of that trauma. I had post-traumatic stress disorder on the bitch. You know what I'm saying? This bitch done played me, with the woo. I remember I went and stole some rings, and it was some men rings, some lady rings. I gave him one of the little lady rings and stuff like, man, I really like this broad. You know what I'm saying? But, and she know the I'm talking about, the know who she is. You know what I'm saying? But, it kind of shaped me. I believe in the Christian faith, they say the steps of a good man is ordered by God. God know what you're going to do before you do it. So I think, in the game, certain things that you go through that develop you and create you to become the person that you are. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just Pimpin Ken for a reason. I'm not winning all these pimp of the years. I'm not, knocking these for the every big time pimp, I done knock them for their bitch. Most niggas got a phone call for me. Hey man, I'm here to serve you news, but you feel to let you know this bitch up under some new rules. You know what I'm saying? We break the plate, the bitch don't eat that no more. And they was like, man, you know what I'm saying? When I was in DC, I just found out from my man Seagull, I can't say that the people who was gonna do it, but they was plotting to kill me. That's how atrocious I was on the track. You know what I'm saying? And
talking about the pimp?
Yeah,
I thought it's a non-contact sport.
Yeah, but these wasn't no pimps. They were simps. You know what I'm saying? But they wanted to kill me because they said in DC, you can't sweat certain bitches. But me, I was sweating everything that was locked down. I was a high pursuit of a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? I was mashing with no passion. And, these had a buddy system, and I wasn't a part of that. I'm from Milwaukee, these from DC. I'm from a gangster town. You know what I'm saying? I want to smoke if y'all, what y'all want to do. I call my, they're going to come up here in 20 seconds if these get out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't thinking like that. I'm thinking like, yeah, like you just said, it's a non-contact sport. But Seagull was telling me, man, they was mad because I was sweating all the bitches. That's all I would do all day.
What do that mean when you say sweating? How do you knock
So I might see it says, hey, chill, send me the dose opportunity over to, hey, chill, send me, hey, it's Pimpin Ken for the record. You know what I'm saying? Hey, now the record's too small for the album. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I know you're tired of making no mistakes with Foster Play. Hey, come on, you say take a chance in advance. So you just talking like that, you follow her and you chasing her down the blade, and she running and say, hey, I know he told you not to look. It's okay to sneak and take a peek. Yeah, Pimpin Ken. You know what I'm saying? Hey, just to me, I'm throwing payday candy bars at, hey, making Pimpin Ken payday. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sweating them. That's what that is. That's called sweating them. You know what I'm saying? Just getting at it. and that's all day, and that was me. You know what I'm saying? Niggas didn't like that because I was good. I had the lingo. You know what I'm saying? All my shit was like, you know, I can think of it was original. You know what I'm saying? I didn't bite no nigga for his shit. You know what I'm saying? So them niggas was like they was threatened by it. Then I was a nice looking young man when I was young. You know what I'm saying? You know, nice and healthy. I had been to penitentiary, had me a little cut, you know, and you know, I dressed nice. I ain't wear number $1,000 shoes, you know, $1,000 shoes, Versace, Armani, and niggas, you know what I'm saying? Some of them niggas, you know what I'm saying, even though they had bitches, they didn't know how to dress. Their shoes would be run down, their gaiters would be, you know, my gaiters, I switch gaiters every day. You know what I'm saying? And I learned through an older pimp named Rob Robinson out of Milwaukee, you know what I'm saying, one of the Milwaukee Giants. He told me, he said, man, the key to this game is to stay looking good. He said, let the nigga sell the dream, but when you pull up, you be the motherfucking dream. So say, hey, we gonna get jewelry, we gonna get Rolls Royce, we gonna get this, we gonna get that. When I pull up, I'm all that. So the look at me and she like, I got to take the napkin out of my pocket, my handkerchief, and wipe the eyeballs off my motherfucking forehead because she out of pocket. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The got reckless eyeballs. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm getting
so is the broad don't supposed to look at no nigga?
Hell no, man. That's taboo. You can't look at a nigga when a nigga walk past you, hold your head down. You understand? You can't hang out with another pimp's hoe. It's called socialize. You can't socialize with another. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, you know, I mean, it's some real serious pimping, man. Because the reason why, if a woman, this is the only way we had an indication. If my bitch looked at you, Lou, that means that my bitch like you. You know that the trying to choose, and you know you got action at the bitch, and the bitch telling you got action too. You understand me? So that's
just off the look though, yeah, or is it just on the blade that this go for? Yeah, because I mean, you can't be at Walmart and the look and you think she going, or do the rules apply all across the board?
No, it only applied to the pimping.
On the blade.
Because you know the blade was the best thing because it was like it was so cold that you know when you got action. If I'm riding in my Benz on my lat and do this, and then I ride back, she do this, I'm bending back on, I'm going hard on the bitch, jumping out the car, popping, you know, pop, you know what I'm saying? Then, you know, it's like, you know, I said, what's up? What you trying to do? You know what I'm saying? You trying to advance? Yeah. Okay, bitch, come on, bitch, get in the car, bitch, throw the money in the back seat. What's that name? What's the number? Okay. Oh, it's a 702 number. Oh, he from Vegas. Yeah, I'm looking at the service from Vegas. Hey, say man, whoop the whoop the whoop. You know what I'm saying? And that's simple. So now
you telling me they want to kill you about this here?
No, not these niggas that was from DC that ran DC. They was some mafia type, and they had a little block that they controlled the pimping with. You know what I mean? And you know everybody respected them because they were some killers. But you know me, I'm from Milwaukee, so we don't give a if you're a killer or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm working. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I'm pressing these, and these telling me to stop pressing. Seagull telling me, man, chill. I'm like, yeah, man, fuck that shit, man. We pimping, man. You know what I'm saying? Tell them, you know, we got a saying in Chicago: if you sweat one, you set one. So if I'm sweating your bitches, I'm setting bitches. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so my is down too. You got action too. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, like I was saying, when you knock it, even after I knock it, I say, Lou, you got 24 hours to get this back because the might be making a mad move. This might really not try to choose. It might just be, we call it a mad move. You know, sometimes we get mad and they choose up on the pimping. So we say, you got action to after 24 hours, you understand me? You know, hey, man, let this hoe get some money, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we move. You know what I'm saying? That's how the game was. And that's how I played it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know.
Look, when I was looking at some old shit of yours, I said, man, Pimp C took a liking to bruh.
Mm-hmm.
What was it about you think Pimp C with?
Well, you know, Pimp, we met at the Sharptown Mall in Houston, right? So I had a black mink on. He had some mink shoes on. So I said, damn, man, those some nice shoes. I didn't know it was Pimp C, right? And he said, that's a nice coat. And he looked at me and said, man, Pimpin Ken for Pimp C down. I said, you like that dude? He said, I'm Pimp C for Pocket for the Stone. And, man, we left. And we went to his mama house that day, and man, ever since then we've been friends. We was inseparable, right? And so when he went to jail, I was there when he upped the strap on the bra, right? You know, I'm in there, you know, and woo, you know, Pimp, you know, back then he was doing his thing, and you know, so he had some shit on it, like, you know what I mean? And I want to talk
too much. Out.
Yeah, so he tripped out, and then so what happened was, what got us cool was he went to jail that day. we were supposed to do some music. We did a song called With Your Diamonds On for my album, Boss Pimps. So I had an album out with Chick Boss and John Doe and another nigga named Five Deuce, may rest in peace, out of Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in the game that early, right? I was early in the game back in the 99s and 98s and 2000. So when he went to jail, I went straight down to the jail and I started visiting him. You know what I mean? And I was, walking through him. I think they had him on some kind of medicine and I said, man, fuck that shit, Pimp. You know what I'm saying, man? Come through this shit, man. I did 10, man. I said, I did 10 in the pen, man. It ain't nothing, man. It ain't nothing but adjustments, you know what I'm saying? And then I sent him, I had just sent him naked pictures and shit, you know what I'm saying? All the while he was in there. So when he came home, you know what I'm saying, he asked for me. He said, where Ken at? You know what I'm saying? And you can see the movie, I got Best of Both Worlds. He said, man, when I was in the pen, Ken was the only that held me down. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the things, and I didn't try to do it because he wasn't the Pimp C that y'all know. Bun B kicked it off. And Jay Prince, hey man, free Pimp C. Then all Mike Jones and all started, Paul Wall started.
How you end up being the only one holding him down though? They had a whole campaign, didn't they?
Well, Jay Prince and all them, they probably, some probably don't want to go to penitentiary, you know what I'm saying? And they held him down, the campaign, but this what Pimp said. I didn't say this. I don't know who held him down.
Right.
I know this what he said on Best of Both Worlds. So by him saying that, then that just kind of, solidified our relationship. But, Bun B held him down too. Bun B was, he had the free Pimp C, Mama West, all of us doing that shit, you know what I'm saying? So, when he came home, then we started with each other, you know what I'm saying? I had this 2000, it was that year, SL55 convertible Benz. He liked it, the compressor. When he said on that song, I drive a compressor, he was driving my shit. He'd take my Benz, I'd take his little Bentley and shit. We'd ride there. We used to go up and down from Houston to Port Arthur together all the time. I'd chill with his mansion. I know his kids, his wife and all that shit. So we was cool. And then one of your homeboys, DJ Jones, DJ Jones? Yeah, he was with us too. So he the one invested in the movie Best of Both Worlds. So I kind of helped Pimp get like about $300,000 from Jones.
Okay. Yeah.
He was one of the biggest hustling back then. In Nashville. So we, even Paul, all of us, you know what I'm saying? Tim and Terrell, all those my niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm really heavy in Nashville with all of them. Priests, all of them. These all my little niggas. You know what I'm saying? When I was pimping them, they were getting.
So you were down here with the Pimp.
Man, well, them was just, man, them, Nashville have different kind of money, man.
Yeah.
They got us come on, man. Hey,
I got
man.
On me right now.
Hey, man.
They got us
hey, in Nashville don't know, hey, man, for the record, nigga D, man. Hey, man, the D was so rich, man. This had a truck, and the truck, man, had nothing but $100 bills like a fucking, like the cab. And then Paul used to ride with us, man. Nigga, big bus styles, man, way back. And Tim and Terrell, they gave me $30,000. They did a Jay-Z concert. We was talking about that on Matt Hoffa, and they did a concert. They gave me $30,000 just to follow them around. And niggas, man, hey, this how cold it was. P, I swear to God on my mama. I mean, we had a show that they was doing. They had like 5 Rolexes and about $250,000 in a room. So I had to join the suite to them. I walks in the room, I see the money. I'm scared. I think it's a setup. I called them, hey man, come get this money, man. Y'all ain't even put me in the trunk. So them upstairs, they was like, man, that ain't nothing.
Bro, listen.
Dog, these in Nashville got different kind of money.
They got us fucked up, man.
Man, hey.
They got us.
Drug, hey, Tim and Terrell had the biggest drug case. Nigga D Shade.
Listen, bro, it's a drug hub. If you know, you know. Like, this one of them towns where I'm telling you. Listen, bro, when I be going places and shit and I be seeing the money people have put up and shit and the money they working with, I'm like,
there ain't no money.
Man, I come from this, man. I'm a product of this shit, man.
Hey, this D Shade gave the Pimp C $300,000.
Who you think with Birdman them? They brought them niggas all down through here with their money.
That was their cars in that.
That's what I'm saying.
That video
when they first popped off, you got to think New Orleans really got a different kind of vibe about them. We really the hustlers, the jewelry wearing. Like, that's really us. And they was down here. Go listen to their early shit. Dog, we had heavy influence with that, man.
The cars
in their video.
Hey, okay, you remember? Let me tell you a fun fact. You remember TIP?
Yeah.
That was the original rap label that the Buck was signed to.
Yeah, it sure was.
You know,
It sure was. Yeah, it sure was. Yeah, sure was. They had the song with Murder Rich and all, Pistol and all of them.
So the nigga Buck get on when he was hanging out because if it weren't for Tim and Terrell, it would have never been no Buck with them, and then Juvenile telling Buck to go for 50. I know the Buck could tell you. That's why when you see Buck in my movie, he said, "Man, Ken been with me since I was a kid." I watched the whole process. I know the whole Cash Money story. I remember we went to the office, man. They had like three little rooms in there. And Tim and Terrell now, they was giving them money like that way back in the day. They brought Jay-Z and Cash Money at the height to Atlanta at the Atrium. I was there. That's where I first met Jay-Z.
Yeah.
They was throwing bottles at
and
us.
just cause we were fans of them down through here, we'll go pay. They got Birdman off the back of a CD and just hit them folks. They were booking. They still do that down here to this day. I got homeboys, man, that's in the streets. They got songs with your favorite rappers that don't even give a fuck about them shits. They just went and they just liked it. They went and gave them a 50 or something.
That's what D Shay did with the Pimp C. D Shay just gave that. He said how much you want for sure? 25. He threw that shit.
But
like
you know what I be telling them? They be making a mistake. They got to invest their money right.
Yeah.
I know, man, we playing with a lot of money, but what happened is a lot of, like my cousin, he on the fresh 10, they go in the house, they get 700,000. Ain't supposed to be 700,000 at one place, nowhere.
Never.
You see what I'm saying? So it's a mistake to begin with, but that's how hard it's going. You know, and they catch him. And this is the thing about the feds. When they come, it's almost like they know you about to re-up. Mm-hmm. It's like they know, all right, he should be about out. He probably got all cash. Let's get him. Because it's like, for him, what he tells me is that it was like, I was finna go do something. And when I was finna go do something, they came. And they got all the goddamn money. You know what I'm saying? So the feds got a different kind of game. That's why I asked you, and that's why I think it's interesting that you've been pushing that line so long and been able to escape that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm telling you that because the statistics is play against that. What you do to 10 years for?
Bank robbery. I was a gangster, folks, you know.
So you was a bank robbing kind of nigga.
Yeah, I was robbing banks and slapping pistols. And, you know, I'm from Pete, I'm telling you, the greatest pimps are the greatest gangsters. Because see, when you mash on that and you used to robbing jewelry stores and robbing banks and shit and getting 30, 40,000 pop, you want that hole, you put that in the hole. Like, look, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Bitch, this ain't enough money. Because you get used to money. So when you come from money and you get into the pimping, that makes you a better pimp because now you know how to level a bitch up. See, my bitch going to strip club, she pulling out that motherfucker with 10 or 15,000 a night. Nigga say, how you do that? My bitch, when she get in the motherfucking VIP, and the trick buys some wings, she'll put $800 gratuity. Then when he's on the soda, she put another $700 gratuity. At the end of the night,
so they whooping them with the gratuity.
Yeah, because the club got to give the bitch the gratuity. So we busting real motherfucking game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we getting it in for real, and they can't really understand how the fuck is these niggas getting all this money. So that was just how we was doing it back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, motherfucker just come from the game and come from hustling and having money first.
But I'm saying, so you say you was a gangster, bank robber back then. I thought the pimping don't like the gangster shit.
But everybody come from something, right?
Yeah.
What was your hustle?
I sold some shit.
What was you doing before you said, you was going to school, right? You was doing the right thing.
Yeah,
so you got to come from somewhere. I ain't just come up and jump, hey, I'm a pimp. You know
of course not.
Like,
but it's an interesting dynamic because some of the pimp niggas will argue that the gangster shit, they don't want nothing to do with that.
That's what I'm saying. When I got P, I dropped the G and picked up the P. So you understand me? That's what you do. You learn and you get in the game. You know what I'm saying? Me, ain't nobody just coming in the game knowing this shit. You know what I'm saying? That would be fucking you, nigga. You
not knowing it, but some niggas coming in the game and don't got that gangster trait in them even to begin with. Shake the gangster.
That's that bullshit, pimp. Most pimps are gangsters.
That's what I'm wondering because I'm wondering how you cut that off though. Because how do a nigga go from I tear your head off to, hey man, this shit here non-contact sport.
Okay,
homie.
I'm gonna show you how, right? So you a pimp, right? You a pimp, right? That's a noun, right? Pimping, ing is a verb. That means I'm not going, send the bitch. You see what I'm saying? Once you get your ing and you see all the money that you can get off a bitch, versus, you know what I'm saying, you going out there and robbing and selling drugs, hey man, you gonna drop everything. Hey man, it's a non-contact. Okay man, you know, this is what I gotta do to break this bitch.
Yeah.
This is what I gotta do to be accepted in this community of pimping. Then I'm gonna do all that shit. And that's what changed me. Cause when I first went to DC, let me tell you, I went with a 9mm. My nigga Grit pulled me to the side and said, man, Ken, this is a non-contact sport, man. You can't do that Milwaukee shit. I said, man, I ain't going nowhere without my Nina, man. I love me and I love this bitch. You know what I'm saying? He said, no, you can't do it. You understand me? And then, you know, you start developing gangs. So now, when I wear my jewelry, if I see some gangsters, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to tuck my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you ain't tucking your shit.
No, this is what I'm saying.
Don't tell me you tucking your jewelry.
No, what I'm saying, you don't, if you in the streets and you got gun, you ain't tucking. But if you pimping, you ain't got no pistol, and you pimp with your mind, you like, man, these little niggas ain't finna get me. So I got shot 3 times with 9mm. So niggas try to take my shit.
You gotta stand on it if you tucking. I ain't tucking, but you gotta stand on it.
No, what I'm saying.
It's smart though. You gotta play the smart game.
Let me explain tucking. So when
Go
I say
ahead.
tucking, you don't wear your jewelry around.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, if you ain't, cause see, when you pimping, you ain't got no pistol. You know what I'm saying? It's a non-contact sport. You pimp with your head. It's a mind game. So you know what I'm saying? You ain't finna be walking around and just being a lunch meat. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
niggas will take you off.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, you pimp. You know what I'm saying? That's how you able to navigate that. You know what I'm saying? Me like, you know, you ain't going nowhere where you know.
But here's the interesting
a
dynamic.
bunch of shooting and shit.
Yeah, but here's an interesting dynamic, right? So you see a bunch of niggas coming, you might got to get prepared. Let me take your shit off.
No, it ain't that kind of shit. No, we don't take like I wear my jewelry now. You know what I'm saying? I still don't carry a pistol, but it ain't like that. It's like, you know, you just don't hang with suckers no more. Like every pimp in the country, you can Goldie right there. You can ask any pimp. If it's 9 pimps there, and some niggas come around and they got on a mask or something, every pimp gonna leave. They gonna say, man, these is like some jack boys. You know what I'm saying? Because we know we.
Yeah, we leaving is different. Leaving is different than taking your jewelry.
No, I don't take no. See, you got a misconception. What I'm saying.
Nah, but that's what you said though. P.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that if I got on a bunch of jewelry, and I know Goldie, all us do it to this day, we're gonna take our jewelry, we're gonna put it in because we're not finna let no just rob us.
Of
and
course
get
not.
All this pimping
Of course
that we got
not.
out the bitch.
Yeah, nah, of course not.
But a nigga that's walking around with a gun, of course he's not gonna touch. But if you ain't got no gun and your lifestyle require you to be gunless, you know what I'm saying? Then you got to use your finesse.
You exactly right.
So that's why I'm saying, you know, if I was going to a grocery store and I got $1 million of jewelry, I'm gonna take this shit out. I'm not gonna walk in there and let them niggas pop me. And I'm pretty sure you carry a roster, so you cool. But you said we didn't do that. So I'm saying that was unusual for me. I was used to wearing my jewelry and having the pistols, and then a nigga takes from me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying it's the transition that you have to do, how you have to move a little bit different than you move if you got a pistol.
But you see a bunch of bitches coming, you turn that jewelry up.
Yeah, bitches coming. It's like, whoa. You know
yeah.
I got the jewelry on, man.
Yeah.
I pull it up. See, like on the track, I got all my jewelry on and stuff like that, and I'm getting at a bitch. I want my motherfucker, my sparkles to be sparkling at the hole when I'm got my hand on
the gangsters never came through the track, though.
Well, you know, because I was a former nigga that was with the shit.
Dangerous.
A lot of niggas didn't fuck with me.
Yeah.
Like, to this day.
What about the other pimps, though?
I seen a lot of pimps get robbed.
They get robbed.
They get robbed, pistol whooped, shot up. You know, that shit, you know, niggas, they tried me, but this was no pimp shit. Nigga hit me 3 times with 9mm. They asked me.
What they get you? What they happen? What happened with that?
Well, them niggas, you understand me? They asked for my shit. I told them, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? You didn't pimp for it. And them niggas, pow, pow, pow.
Where was you at?
I was in Milwaukee on my block. I jumped in the car. And when I get in the car, they shoot the car about another 100 times. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, them niggas that did it, you know, these niggas know me. See, like on my block, P, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas, you know, I don't have no problems in the town. Like when I'm telling you, you know, and then, you know, even in Chicago, my cousin, Ike Taylor, legendary who was right-hand man.
Yeah, but they shot your motherfucking ass, man.
Yeah, because them niggas was trying to rob me. They was on that.
Yeah, but they don't got no
high.
business doing that to Pimpin Ken up there though.
What, man, that's my point exactly.
Yeah, they don't got no business.
That's my point exactly. That's why I didn't get them.
I always think about that because that hometown hate hit different, bro.
Well, they said prophet is never accepted in his own home. You know what I'm saying? So my thing was, you know, and then, you know, I shouldn't have been in that situation. It's more.
Where were you at? Just
okay. So one of my partners, we was in a club. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is what I think. You know, one of the niggas bitches looked at me, and the bitch, you know, I was Pimp and Ken, so you know they was fanned out. And then my partner, you know, he said, "Say man, drop me off." He live in the hood, so I dropped him off in the hood. Mysteriously, these niggas showed up. So I believe that he might have told them niggas that he was going home, and them niggas beat us to the spot. And you know what I'm saying? Me, them niggas, you know, they woo to woo. And me being where I'm from and knowing these niggas, you know what I'm saying? Because I grew up with these niggas, I know they're gonna kill me anyway. So I just wanted to say something slick.
Did you? So you knew who it was?
Well, I don't want to say that because I don't want to get caught up in no shit like that. But, you know, because you know, a lot of motherfuckers, you know, they ain't, you know.
Yeah.
So but the long and the short, the easy side to the story was, you know what I'm saying, me, you know what I mean, I refused to give them the jury. So when I woke up in the hospital, all my jury was in the hospital. Them niggas didn't
So you still had?
They didn't get a dime.
Golly.
I told them, fuck them.
Yeah.
And then when Mystikal came in town, because some niggas out of Milwaukee had a bitch robbed the nigga Mystikal. He get robbed for his jury. So he come in town, you know, to pick up the jury, because I got his jury back from niggas. You know, that's the type of nigga I am. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, if you get robbed in Milwaukee, I get your shit back. So these niggas who did this shit, like I said, you know, on another podcast, probably some niggas that I trained, these niggas, you know, they know. You know what I'm saying? These niggas, I mean, you know, it's so deep I can't really get into it, but the nigga Mystikal, when he came, I'm on the mic, I'm saying, fuck these bitch ass niggas, hoe ass niggas, you know what I'm saying, me, you know, and I'm trying to, you know, find out what's going on. Then the word got about certain nigga, then one of the niggas' brothers called me my partner, you know what I'm saying, that I used to hustle with. He said, man, woo, man, my brother had nothing to do with that, you know what I mean, blah, blah, blah. So niggas started, you know, making motherfucking peace treaties before the shit even got started, because they knew, you know what I'm saying, on the east side of Milwaukee.
Can't make no peace treaty after you shoot me, though.
Yeah. But they didn't know, they saying that they didn't do it. You know what I mean? That's what they were saying. I didn't know a lot of shit until later, you know what I'm saying? But as shit became, you know, relevant. And you know, like I said, you know, the shit was dealt with.
But glad you still here. That's the most important part.
The shit was dealt with. You know, how
did you come up out of that though? Did you pimp stronger? Did it spook you out? Did you run and hide?
I told you I went to the Isaac Brother. I went to Isaac Brother concert right after I got to the hospital, and I got on the mic and I started cussing them niggas out.
So this was after you got shot. Right after you got shot.
Let me give you an example. Of who I am, right, in Milwaukee. So my niggas, you know, they was hustling. They had a spot. And my niggas call themselves East Side Gangsters, right? I'm not an East Side Gangster, but all my niggas, they gangsters, right? So nigga, you know what I'm saying, me, was talking shit to me. I made a phone call. Benz's, IROCs, this is a true story. Any nigga in Milwaukee verified. They all rolled up with like the motherfucking Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine about some motherfucking Pimpin Ken.
Yeah.
You know, we run our city, we run our blocks, you know what I'm saying? Me, so them niggas, you know what I'm saying? Me, like I said, it's too intricate, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of families involved. I don't want to talk about it specifically. You know, the shit might not have turned out too good for motherfuckers, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Me, you know, I'm that nigga, like you say, you that nigga, I'm that nigga in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
You know, all the gangsters and killers fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? In Chicago, my cousin is Ike Taylor, that's Larry Hoover, right-hand man. Dagwood, G Gov, those are my cousins. Them niggas ain't finna let no nigga do nothing to me.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't that nigga to fuck with, but if a nigga on cocaine, if a nigga
high, spazzing out.
And, you know, nigga,
crashing out.
Yeah, that's what it was. Basically, it was some niggas that, you know, was doing too much and crashed out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think it's interesting when you talk about the pimps being the target for the gangsters, like someone being robbed and you know, the jury took motherfuckers pushing up.
Want me to break it down for you?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so one game pay another game, right? You sell me an ounce of powder, I go in the back at the crib and I blow that shit, right? You just sold me an ounce of powder, right? The bitch come in and give me 100,000. I'm buying an ounce from you. You said, I sell powder. I don't fuck with that grass. You go buy some weed from the weed man, right? Okay, the bitch that horn for me, she's peeling from my bankroll, buying a little powder, getting a little weed, right? The nigga, you understand me, you know, he see you get a little money, he motherfucking dough in, and he take you and rob you, right? Okay, he rob you, he get you a little powder, get you a little money, he goes to the strip club, make it rain to the bitch, right? The bitch come back and give me the money. One game pay another. You understand me? So when you in this game, nigga, you understand this is what come with it. You understand me? That's why I don't condone snitching. So nigga, if you get caught, you understand me? Or like me, I never had a co-defendant. Never.
Me neither.
You understand me? So every time I did something, nigga can't no nigga ever say Pimpin Ken snitch. Because I always was in the courtroom by myself.
If they know, they know.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? That's just how it was with me. So you understand me? You know, all my niggas, you understand, we understand. I got niggas that's killers in my crew. I got niggas that fuck with powder in my crew. I got niggas, you understand me, that might bang a little bit in my crew. I got niggas that pimp like a motherfucking man Russian. You understand, I got hoes and all that shit in my community. So we all know that at any moment, any motherfucker can get it, because one game pay another one. So the pimps, you understand me, if they out there and they slipping, you understand me, like I was that night, you understand, I can get it. You know what I'm saying? I could have been a motherfucking statistic, a Milwaukee statistic. I could have been dead that night 3 times with a 9mm. The odds of me living is what? It's almost analogous to throwing a rock at the moon. Yeah. You understand me? So, you know what I'm saying?
How old was you then?
I had to be in my 30s. You know what I'm saying?
I just was telling one of my homeboys.
I'm 60 now, so you got to remember.
Oh, man, you look good.
Yeah. So, you know.
Nah, you look good. And you been putting game down for a long time, my nigga. You a legend.
But the interesting thing about all of this, they shot me, right? But I still wear my jewelry. I still ride through the hood in business. I'm like, when I pulled through, it's like, oh, man, is that one of the Milwaukee Bucks? You know what I'm saying? They think I'm a ball player, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So motherfuckers, you know, I still do that to this day. You know what I'm saying? You know, I ride Rolls Royces, business to the hood. Nobody robs me.
Yeah.
The only nigga gonna ever do something to me is a nigga on some drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When the niggas that rob me in
DC, they right mind.
They rob me in DC too. You know, that's why I told you, yeah, this was I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? They robbed me, one of the P's that set me up. You know what I'm saying? But he was on heroin, an OG now, nigga, right? He set me up. They robbed me, and they was some dope fiends. No gangster, no killer nigga ever do nothing to me, man. All the killers and the gangsters cool with me. All over the world. I got niggas down there in motherfucking Mississippi. I can stop my finger, them niggas coming. You know what I'm saying? I got niggas, I'm the CEO of the hip hop, I'm the chip, I got 10,000 members. Ain't nothing but Bloods and Crips and gangsters and GDs in my organization. You know what I'm saying? The hip hop center, the biggest organization in hip hop right now. All the killers and gangsters respect me. And then, you know, I tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I tell motherfucker, you know, when I got shot, it was like a weird shit to me. I'm like, I'm mad, P.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm mad. I'm like, hey, I'm not, dude, I didn't cry. I didn't, none of that shit. I'm mad because I'm like, you bitch ass niggas shot me. That's what my mind was like saying. You know, I wanted to kill everything that went nailed down.
Right.
You know, but you know, we know the streets. We can't talk about certain shit. Certain shit ain't got no statute or none of that shit. So I just keep that shit under, you know, I mentioned it briefly, but at the end of the day, man, like I said, nobody, Goldie go everywhere with me. My little nigga Goldie.
Yeah. We
be traveling. He'll tell you, ain't nothing but respect.
Yeah.
When Charlamagne see me, when I was at y'all event, the Black Effect, Charlamagne said, we gotta have Pimpin Ken. When Nori see me last week at the BT, he said, nigga, I want you on there with Dot Boosie. I need you on there on Drink Champs by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You reached out to niggas ain't got nothing but love and respect for me. Yeah. So I ain't that nigga. I'm not that whole ass nigga.
Nah, for sure.
Every nigga get, like I said, one game pay another.
Yeah.
Now them niggas came to rob me. That was their game. I respect that.
Right. It's part of the game.
It's part of the game. That's
it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing to write home about. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no big deal.
Look, if you a real nigga,
he's just interesting. You know what I mean?
No, but if you're a real nigga, you gonna get robbed at some point. You gonna get shot or shoot a motherfucker. Or you gonna
I ain't been robbed. I done had something stole from me.
Yeah, but
I ain't been shot.
See, because you move with the unit, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta remember, once I got into pimping, you know what I'm saying? You know, if a nigga, if I walk down, man, I ain't been in Nashville so long, I can't remember the streets, but
Jefferson Street,
Jefferson, where Mirage used to be. You That was Jefferson,
Yeah,
right?
downtown.
So, yeah. So if I'm walking down there and I got on a bunch of jewelry, and it might be 100 niggas from Nashville that say, they didn't get a pass, that's Pimpin Ken.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one nigga from Nebraska who's up here hustling and like, man, that nigga
got
slipping.
too much on, yeah.
Yeah, they gonna come at me. So any nigga can get it. You understand me? But the thing is, you understand me, do niggas walk up to me and slap me and no, ain't none of that shit happening, no.
And it's fucked up because the hometown hate is always real. You know what I mean? It's always a thing. You know,
my city love me though. It was just them few bitch ass niggas. You understand me?
Yeah, but I'm saying though, you got to deal with the results. You got hit in your city. To ignore that is that ain't cool.
No.
Now you got to deposit that happened and acknowledge they love you, but for that to happen, that's traumatic, nigga. That's fucked up. For them to do that to a nigga that been crossed this world, putting his game down like this.
That's what I said. I said, man, for them niggas to shoot me, man.
Man, come on,
But you know what that did for me, though, Loon? To be honest with you, it gave me a whole different perspective. I used to think everybody loved me. You know, I knew them dope fiend niggas that robbed me in D.C., that was a setup. I couldn't, that would have, them niggas, you know, one of my partners, St. Louis, we was in his Fleetwood. I said, man, let me go get something to eat. I went to the Chinese food right there on M Street, and when I went in that motherfucker, dude didn't know if you make a turn in D.C. and you make the wrong turn, you got to go damn near 2 miles to come back and get to it. So in that 2 mile, that time that he was trying to get back to me, you understand me, I was at lunch meet, I had all my pieces on, you understand me, so I just got caught slipping.
Yeah.
You understand me, and you know, anything can get caught slipping.
Yeah, but now, that's a real thing.
Now I move different.
I'm saying for you to be who you are, and then put that game down all around the world, it's just fucked up that happened there to somebody like
in Milwaukee. That was fucked up.
Yeah, that's just and to me that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up. You know, but you said you got Goldie with you, man. We're gonna bring him in. Man, we got Goldie done joined us, man. What's going on with you, bro?
What's going on with it, man? I'm feeling good.
Man, we popping some game, man. That's all. Tell the people about yourself a little bit before we get back into the conversation.
Man, you know, game guy Goldie, you know, it's not self-proclaimed, but you know, the people name me that. You know, I just went online, you know, was just popping my shit, you know, just kicking some game, and you know, too many people was in the comments just, you know, writing game guy, so I just, you know, adopted it as my moniker. And you know, I'm just going out here trying to wake dudes up, you know what I'm saying, trying to flip the script. You know, I don't come from the game, I was never no pimp, but I came up around a lot of players. So a lot of those principles I live my life by, and I'm trying to give that shit to dudes out here who, you know, just ain't living right, you know, trying to bring their power back.
Facts. You blocking, bro. You blocking the shot.
Me?
No, him. You blocking this shot. But that's good game, man. What you do before you got into the pimp game?
No, I wasn't never in the pimp game.
You wasn't in the pimp game. So how you get caught? So the name Goldie is a pimp name.
Man, you know, my uncle, Johnny Cash, shout out Johnny Cash, he gave me that name. He blessed me with that name. Like I said, I wasn't no pimp, but I came around a lot of players. You know, I came up under them and I saw the lifestyle. So I didn't pimp per se, but I had a lot of women. I called it polygamy, whatever you want to call it. I had a lot of women around me. And, you know, so I took the flavor of the game and everything that they was doing and just integrated into what I was doing.
Facts. So what would you say? What would you call what you doing? What would you call it?
Man, living like a king in his natural habitat, you know, the same way, you know, we lived in Africa, the same way, you know, they do in the Eastern countries, you know, just living like a man should live. When you a king, when you a man of means, you know, you have multiple women and they accept the situation. You know, what we doing around here is unnatural, and that's why most situations don't work out. That's why most dudes is miserable, you know, and I'm just out here showing dudes, man, you could do it like that if you want to. You're going to feel a lot more comfortable when you do it like that. Not to mention, when you step into your power and you are who you're supposed to be, the woman going to accept it. I've never really had a woman not accept it.
Right. What you do before this, though?
Man, you know, I was hustling, you know, trying to do little businesses here and there, entrepreneurship, you know, and, you know, I was having a lot of ladies and they had jobs. So, you know, we were all just trying to invest our money into different things.
What kind of businesses, like real estate?
Real estate, yeah. We tried some real estate. We tried a couple shops, you know, so it was everything.
Did it work? How did that go?
None of it really worked out. You know, it was all, you know, the real estate, that worked out, you know, and a lot of that gave me the transition to get into what I'm doing now, because when we sold a lot of the properties that we had, you know, it was a big income. It appreciated a lot. But I mean, for the most part, I was just really figuring out entrepreneurship. But all of those lessons, you know, helped me in what I'm doing right now.
That's dope. That's dope. What's your thoughts on the gangsters respecting the pimps? Since you're not a pimp. Now, first, before we even get to that, because I think you kind of blended in with the pimp game.
Let me tell you this right here, right? It's a lot of different players in the game. It's not just a pimp. You got pimps, you got players, you got max, you got whole hustlers, and you just got hustlers. So it's not just one individual in the lifestyle. In the umbrella of the game, it's a lot of different characters. You know what I'm saying? So you can be in the game, don't make you a pimp. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts. That's good game, though. I just think the name Goldie struck out so hard for a nigga. Then your relationships with dudes like Ken, and it's good game, though. It's game being applied, though.
Game is game.
It's game being applied. I respect it.
I feel like a lot of dudes out there, they should really understand that, because they calling themselves pimps and they not even pimps. You know, understand, man. You know, you ain't got to say you a pimp. You could say you and a lot of these dudes, they don't get respect.
That's good game.
Because they saying they a pimp, but you're not abiding by pimp rules. Hey, man, you could still be a player. You could still have game, and you could call yourself something else, and you're still going to get some respect.
Now, let me ask you this. Is something on that pimp word spooky to you, though? If you call yourself a pimp, you spook to that pimp word? That motherfucker carry a load.
Listen, that's why I say, listen, if you know what a pimp really is, you got to give it respect for what it is, because they living and dying by certain rules. It's real strict. It's do's and do nots. And if you're not willing to abide by those do's and do nots, then you can't call yourself a pimp.
So, but you might fall in love. Is love on the table?
What, for me?
Yeah.
Man, listen. You know, I'm a player. I do whatever I want to do.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? I don't put no rules on myself. You know, I'm a boss. I'm a king.
You got to keep it real.
And I'm going to say this like this, right? And that's no disrespect to no pimps, but I feel like a pimp put himself in a box with the do's and do nots, and I can't do this and I can't do that. Of course, you got to live by principles, but I'm going to come up with my own principles. You know, what I feel like is more, what I feel like is right. So I don't put myself in no box.
No, that's dope. That's dope, because for you to be able to stand on that, because it would have been so easy for you to just I can blend right in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I really respect that, but I think, what's your thoughts on that, Pimp?
Well, you know, they asked me about Sauce Walka doing OnlyFans.
Yeah, I'm definitely finna ask you about the rapper Pimp, too. I think that's a good conversation.
So I think that Sauce Walka is one of the best ever did. He got away with it. To get a bitch to show her feet and make $3 million, you know, and the bitch ain't turned a date, that's cold. Now, Goldie, to me, he's one of the best ever did it what he's do. So Goldie is a influencer, and he's a communicator, and he speaks really well, and a lot of young people look up to him. The man got millions and millions of views on his page, at Young Goldie on Instagram, underscore on Instagram. So I think that the perspective that he's coming from as Young Goldie, the game guy, and spitting good game, you understand me? It's just another twist on elevation and evolving in the game. You know what I'm saying? See, back then, you know, we had typewriters. Now we got dumb people with smartphones. You know what I'm saying? So looking at it from that perspective, it gives us another perspective. So I like the fact that Goldie, you know what I'm saying, don't call itself a pimp, but call itself a game god, call itself a game spitter. You know, say that he got a bunch of women, but you know what I'm saying, he don't call them their hoes, he say it's polygamy, you know, polygamy. You know what I'm saying, or whatever you call it. You know what I'm saying? He don't even call it that. He just call it, you know, being a king.
Yeah, right, living how I want to live. And
living how you want to live. So I appreciate him, you know.
And I say this too, right? This is how I used to always play it, you know, because a lot of dudes, oh, he ain't no pimp, or he ain't this, or he ain't that. Listen, I'll say like this, man, call it what you want, but you can't call me broke. Right? I thought this shit was about the money, man. You want to talk about you pimping, you doing this, man. You counting heads, not bread. I'm counting bread. Man, what you mad at the next one?
You see his gold Wraith Rolls Royce?
I know he getting money. He ain't got to tell me he getting money.
Yeah,
I know it's some money to go around this motherfucker.
All I'm saying is, man, I thought this was about the money. I thought it was about elevation. So however a man do that, you feel me? Do it however you want to, and don't be trying to knock the next man just because he, you know, however he doing his twist. But that's why I say, man, you ain't got to call yourself a pimp, and then you wouldn't even have them type of, you know, allegations thrown at you.
Yeah, I think, but if you got the bras, if they accepting it, if they bringing the bankroll, really the only thing to stop you from being a P is that I might fall in love with one of these bras.
No, the only thing that stop you from being a P is you telling her to go out there and sell her body and bring you the money back.
Is it just the body? I thought if it's finesse being, long as the money coming my way, the bitch could be a CEO. Long as the money coming my way, you pimping on.
I mean, it's different schools of thought. You got to ask everybody.
And I think it's a good conversation.
It's a gentleman named Jimmy Starr, rest in peace. You know what he told me? He told me, pimping is the art of utilizing a bitch to do your bidding, whatever your bidding may be. Now, everybody may not come to that, but some people say, no, you ain't no pimp unless you sending a woman out the door, to go get it with her body and come back. That's pimp.
Okay.
So, but it depends on who you asking.
Right.
I'd like to know what
you
Jim would say about
I got an interesting
on
take on it. When I say PIMP, that means put it in my pocket. In my book, Pimpology, the 48 Laws of God, I say in every situation, there's a pimp and a hoe. You know what I'm saying? The record label is the pimp. The artist is the hoe. The thing is about the pimping, you want to make sure that you always the pimp and very lessly or very unusually or very seldomly the hoe. So, you know what I'm saying? Me, that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Me, it's being able to, like he said, get someone to do what you need them to do. You know what I'm saying? Me, like, I'll give you a classical. I got 2 sons, right? One named Lil Kenny, you know what I'm saying? Me, and he's the dude on All American, number 14. That's my son. And play the flute, so he's in Hollywood. I got another son named Supreme. Now, when I used to pick up Supreme when he was little, they 2 years apart. Lil Kenny would cry, and he would whine for me to put his little brother down and pick him up. So when I pick him up, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to watch the game. I need niggas to shut up. He'd stop crying. He just pimped me for my time. You know what I'm saying? Me. So pimping is basically getting what you want. You know what I'm saying? Me now. A lot of women, you know what I'm saying, me, when they mother, when they young, their mother say, get you a good man with some money, get you a good man that's a doctor, get you a lawyer. She teaching her daughter to pimp at that very young age. She pimping her situation. And a lot of times niggas always get it confused about the pimping and hoe. The bitches are the most notorious. Believe it or not, Brother Loon, there's more bitches out here selling pussy independent than it is bitches selling pussy with a pimp.
I feel like the pimp culture, in a lot of ways, lost its stronghold when the internet hit.
Absolutely,
because they don't need the third party.
I fucked it up.
You did?
Yeah, I fucked it up by doing Pimps Up, Hoes Down and American Pimp. I denounced both of them, and what I mean by that is Snoop Dogg started doing pimping shit.
Make sure you're on the mic, Pimp.
50 Cent had PIMP. T.I. had Pimp Scar Click. Louis was pimping all over the world. Nelly was Pimp Juice, and what that did was they sent a lot of young black men to prison because they wanted to be pimps. And Pimps Up, Hoes Down was like Scarface in New Jack City, and American Pimp was to the drug gang. A lot of niggas went to jail trying to be Scarface. A lot of dudes go to jail trying to be me.
Right.
And Bishop Don Juan.
What do you think about the, let me call, bro, see what they got. No one ain't scheduled, none of them thing.
Damn it, auf Facebook, damn it. Oh, that's
you got something scheduled or what's going on? Some people came in, they said...
You got to wiggle that story, that sex tape story in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just started about it. What we need to do? Oh, what's his name? I can say his name. That they said name. Next up. What else showing me next? But yeah, so what do y'all think about? I wanted to ask y'all this. First, I want to deal with what your thoughts is, Goldie, on, because I think we've identified with Ken that he has some resentment there. You know what I'm saying?
Resentment to the gang?
To women.
To women, okay.
Where certain things happened when he was younger or through his life that kind of caused him to view them without the love or heart attached to it. You know what I'm saying? Do you think that most pimps, do you think that pimping has to have a disdain for the woman, or can you love women and still get down with that game?
Nah, I don't think that most pimps, I can't say most pimps. Nah, I don't feel like you have to have a disdain for women. I feel like that's kind of like, you know, that could be some people motivation, but a lot of people motivation, believe it or not, is the money. Just like, man, a lot of these dudes, man, keep it real, man. They wasn't even influenced by the game. They don't know nothing about the game. They jump in the game and try to pimp just for the money. They just picked, it was two options. I could sell drugs, I could pimp on these hoes. You know, pimping on these hoes just look easier. So they chose that. It had nothing to do with no disdain, no upbringing, no disdain against women. They just doing what's easy, trying to get some fast money, what they think is fast money.
That makes sense too. That makes sense. Do you what y'all think about the celebrity rapper that go with the pimp game, where he tries to embody the pimp? Like, I respect it from Pimp C. Number one, let's deal with Pimp C, because we got some sex tape thing we got to speak about, right? But when we deal with Pimp C, was his pimping respected? Or did Pimpin Ken validate Pimp C?
Well, they didn't respect him at first, you know, and he used to always talk to me about that. So I had this white bra that I gave it to her. She was in the game, and that solidified his game. You know what I'm saying? She stayed with him, you know, almost to the time he died. I know he married and his wife, but, you know, I just got to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Now on the sex tape, I stumbled up, and I was showing Pimp C my Pimpology tape, which is the one that's on my podcast, Pimpin Ken podcast on YouTube, and it's on there for free. So I was showing them that, and Pimp C showed me a tape with an R&B chick and a dude that was getting a lot of money at the time. So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody asks me, who is the chick? I say, man, just use your imagination. You had Mariah Carey, you had Mary J. Blige at that time, you had Whitney Houston, you had Beyonce, you know, Kelly Rock. There was a lot of people back then that was R&B. You know what I'm saying? But it was only one dude that was kind of rich back then. You know, you could figure it out. You know,
who was getting money back then? I don't know.
I can't say it because then I'd be saying the things. The only reason why I won't say it, Louis, is because Pimp C didn't say it. You know, that's just like, you know, like you said, you wouldn't have 6ix9ine on your show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, you wouldn't have me on that either if I was snitching and saying who on the tape, and Pimp C didn't, you know, condone that.
Well, I don't know, because I got the nigga Birdman brother. What's his name? Terrence. Yeah, I got Terrence Gangster Williams. So, and people say he read it, but you know we gonna get to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna holler at him about that. But
okay, so about the rappers.
Yeah, but the rapper pimp game. Of course we see the influence from pimping and the game, because now Goldie's here. I'm gonna refrain from using so much of the pimp terminology and speak more so towards the game, right? So we see that the game has influenced rap.
But Lou,
do they respect the rappers that play pimp?
Lou, that's my fault again. You know why? Because they told me pimp or die. I said, no, pimp and multiply. So they were trying to tell me that, you know, doing movies and me and Maroy was doing, you know what I'm saying, that ain't the game. But you understand me, since I did that, you know, you got Pimp Rollo, you got Pimp Silky, you got Sugar Free. I influenced a whole culture of young men who are now very prosperous, and you know, brothers like, you know, Goldie, all the other brothers who doing something productive with their life. So, you know what I'm saying, you know, the people that said that, you know, them brothers from that era, you know what I'm saying, I think they was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So somebody had to change the game. So I changed the game, and I started being prosperous. Then they see me signing Boosie to a book deal. They see me signing Ice-T to a book deal. Corey Wise. They see me on 40, 60 million records. I'm on a record with Pimp C. I'm on 5 records with Pimp C. 1 record with 50 Cent. 2 records with Lil Jon. 1 with Jermaine Dupri. You know, 5 records with Pastor Troy. You know, Ice-T, Big Daddy Kane. I changed that culture. Now the young guys coming up under me, they say Pimpin Ken did it. I wrote 2 books, bestsellers. You know what I'm saying? I started the hip hop fraternity. I wanted brothers to know that, man, when they say pimping, don't put a period, but put a comma. You know.
But why is you holding the Pimp C information?
Why I'm withholding Pimp C information? Because, man, you know, it's people. The people that did it, they went on to have families. They got married and stuff like that. And, you know, they're very influential in the community. And, you know, I don't want to say their names. I mean, people just can pretty much figure out who I'm talking about. It's not hard to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, if you use your imagination, you'll get who it is. But if I say the name and then I don't have the tape, then they're going to say, what they call that shit, blasphemy. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get me for defamation of character. So, you understand me? I got to be careful not to say the name. But you understand me? You know, I can assure you that if you
had the tape, though.
No. If I had the tape, I would have. I wouldn't give a fuck about defamation. I would have put that motherfucker out. But it's a lot of rappers. I tell you who know it. Like, man, who like 17 Pimp C artists. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he know it. Quite a few people. Bobo know it. It's a lot of people that know who it is. You just got to ask them. Maybe they might tell you. But do the pimp world, do the game respect the rappers that play pimp?
I'm gonna tell you from my perspective, they don't. They just don't. You feel me? And like I said, the dudes that I know, they really talk down on rappers who claim to pimping. I mean, it's a few of them that's that they was considered real ones that that they done seen around. But for the most part, no, they don't. But at the same time, niggas in the game don't respect other pimps anyway. Niggas always question a nigga pimping.
For real.
Niggas in the game is always questioning the nigga right next to him pimping. So they damn sure. I don't know if I want to say it like that, but man, pimps are some haters, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, I said that.
Pimps are some haters, man.
No. Hey, if you go look at my interview, I said when you join the pimp club, you join the hate club. Man, I said, cause see, I'm gonna tell you something, and this is gonna tie into what you're saying, Goldie. When I was trying to get my feet wet, I was a no pimping motherfucker. When I got rich, I was a drug dealer.
Yeah,
Oh, here I am. I done pimp for everything, and now these niggas talking about, he ain't never a drug dealer.
Yeah, they always trying to invalidate your pimping, invalidate your, whatever. That's just a part of the culture, and that's a part of it that I don't like. It just seemed to me like, a lot of pimps, they just real catty like some broads. You ask me sometimes, I say these niggas be around their broads too much, they start acting like them. They gossiping about what the next nigga got, if he cheating on it, is he boyfriend pimping, why is another nigga worried about how another nigga getting it? If you really getting it, why you worried about how he getting it? Whether he cheating or not, that ain't got nothing to do with your paper. But, no, in the streets, no, niggas do not, respect the pimp.
But you want to know the key to that though, Loon?
What?
Is that when you a pimp, you a king. So whatever you do, ain't no other motherfucker's business. That's the rain.
That motherfucker hidden, man.
But we got to make it back.
It'll stop though. That's what it do. That should be bullshit. Let's see.
Yeah, but man, R.I.P. to Pimp C, man.
Yeah, man. What kind of? Yeah, it ain't gonna. It say 30 minutes. It'll stop. What kind of dude was Pimp C, man?
Well, Pimp C, man, was a real dude, man. He was very emotional. He say what's on his mind. I remember a funny thing, man.
Emotional ain't good to say, bro.
I mean, when I say
for the game, is it?
What? Not emotional. What they call it? Impulsive. That's the proper word.
Impulsive.
So I'm in. I think I'm in Atlanta one time. Pimp C on the radio. Yeah, man, y'all niggas what we call it? It's Atlanta gay as a motherfucker.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I'm with some Atlanta niggas while he's saying it. At 17 in the studio, he around some Atlanta niggas, and he tripping, I'm tripping, and I'm like, the album we doing all this shit, and then the album was supposed to come out, the UGK album. But 2 weeks before the album, Pimp C self-destruct. He just went to talking shit and said, fuck Atlanta. So I'm like, no, we can't do that. You know what I mean? So we had built all this camaraderie and all this unity with the Houston niggas and the Atlanta niggas, and then Pimp C just for no reason did that. But then it was...
Hey, grab that blunt for them kids, don't grab. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was strategic, you know what I'm saying? So what he was doing... You know what I'm saying? He was doing something that was going on inside of him that, a lot of people didn't know, that he was mad about. So what he was doing, he was just reacting to some shit, and he was pretty much sabotaging the project. I know what he was doing, but a lot of other people didn't know what he was doing. But he had some issues with some people within his camp, that was going on, within the Jive Records the situation. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why he was doing it. But
he had some issues.
I mean, like how the record label don't do what they supposed to do.
Yeah, that's common, especially back then.
Yeah, so
Did you make any money with this shit?
With Pimp C?
With any of this shit?
Man, I've been on 60 million records. I get publishing.
Nigga, we done saw TLC sell.
No, but
I'm
Pimp,
just saying,
I own my own publishing.
Did you make some paper with this shit?
No, I own my own publishing. I get paid every quarter.
Okay, cool.
When them niggas was asking me, when everybody was laughing, talking about that nigga Ken, a groupie, and he jumping on everybody's album, I was getting on them albums for a reason, because I knew about publishing. Nigga Puffy taught me about publishing. Puffy, I did a song with Loon. Puffy, I called Puffy. Puffy called me and said, "So who's your publisher coming?" I ain't even have a publisher. I just said, "Can I publish it?" And from that day on, I got on my publisher. I found out that publishing's good 89 years after you're dead. I also found out that here, the lady that live here, Dolly Parton, you know what I'm saying, she did a song called "I Would Always Love You." Whitney Houston redid the song in the movie The Bodyguard. Guess who got all the money? Dolly Parton. You know what I'm saying? I learned that, you know, when you go in the studio with somebody and you do a song, you got to have a split sheet. That split sheet gives you your half and gives the other person they have the record. But if you don't do a split sheet, guess what they do? They put the money in copyright control or a black box. So I had my lawyers do a forensic account, and they went and found all the money. You know what I'm saying? So I had a lot of money come by. I had to pay a lot of money to the lawyer, but then, you know, I had to get all my shit situation. And I realized, too, that, you know, I needed to file with an international publisher because an international, like in Tokyo and Philippines and Japan, they got what you call techno music. So they be like, but under that might be a Lil Jon song. If that's the song that I'm on, then, you know, they owe me publishing. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to understand all those.
Do you think that when you got all in the rap game, them other P's didn't like that shit, like it's watered down? He watered down.
No, see, because I left at, see, Pimpin didn't quit me, I quit pimping. See, you know, I left on top.
But how did niggas that was really mashing feel about you still hollering pimping, and you ain't really living? You done turned rap fan.
Okay, so how they felt about it? Initially, they didn't like it. Like he said, they didn't like it. But guess what? I became really famous, and guess what? They kids started saying, "Hey man, Dad, do you know Pimpin Ken?" "Oh yeah, I can call him right now." Right. You know what I'm saying? So the game flipped on them. So I'm so famous now as Pimpin Ken that a lot of niggas that don't like it, they like me. And then they understand now. Niggas see that I'm pimping the game. Niggas see, you know, I'm still looking good at 60, still riding slick. You
looking
know what I mean?
Good, man.
Yeah, you know.
For
and
sure.
So, you know, got big jewels. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you know, I just don't wear them. But, you know, niggas know that now. So niggas is like, oh, okay, it worked for them. You know what I'm saying? But at first they was confused. And then, you know, a couple pimps even joined me. They started doing movies and they started doing...
What about Don Juan? What's up with him?
You are watching It's Up There podcast. Go to It's Up There podcast YouTube for more. You are watching It's Up There podcast. Go to It's Up There podcast YouTube for more.